You keep talking about Liberation Day. I have no idea what this means.
USA.
It has to do with Trump, tariffs, which I'm sure can only mean good things.
As
the great
Atrioc
country
is pulling this up. Partially why we haven't talked too much about this stuff, because we have considered it, is that this has changed so rapidly, so often since Trump came into office. Literally every week, he's changing what is happening with tariffs. It was like, we're going to put massive tariffs. Never mind. It's going to be tit for tat. We only match other countries' tariffs. Never mind. Full tariffs on these countries. Like going back and forth with Canada and Mexico and all. It's like been all over the place. And this announcement, correct me if I'm wrong, was him being like, this is the day where we really set it out. This is the tariff policy.
So during the campaign last year, he said that November 20th, whatever the election day was, November 4th, that's Liberation Day. And then we got there and it came and went. And then he said Liberation Day will be January 20th, my first day in office. And that came
That's Liberation.
And then he said,
so
ever since then,
we weren't liberated yet.
Well, no, it didn't quite happen. But this is the real day. He said April 2nd, that is Liberation Day. That is the day we let out our truly sweeping tariff package across all the enemies who have been, quote, I don't know if I have the quote here, but
is he going to say nice things?
It was like, I'm going to say this. It was like taking advantage, pillaging, and raping us.
Did he use that word?
Use that word directly. I'm not putting that in his mouth. That was the direct quote. So
I didn't realize we were trading with like pirates.
I didn't.
I thought we were just buying goods. I didn't realize that was being
the guys like in Canada selling us like soft timber are Vikings.
Dude, so I have this
raiding
fucking
our
image.
villages. Wow.
He had this.
Did not
So
realize.
I want to show this image that I'm bringing up here. Sorry, this is him pulling up on stage a list of all the countries who will now be receiving new reciprocal tariffs. Basically, they looked at whatever they counted as a tariff being used against us. And then there's a lot of like nebulous discussion here, but he said, we're going to give you tariffs back essentially equal to what you've given us. That's the idea. And we're going to counter back and we're going to make sure the trade is fair. Some of it's based on them just having a trade advantage. Like we're buying more of their stuff than they buy of us. So it's like not fair. We need to balance it. So you said, like, we have to worry about, I think the average American farmer is deeply worried about Svald and Jan Mayen taking advantage of us. I think
I'm sick of it.
They've been pillaging us. The
I have a
herd
question.
in McDonald Islands have been,
What is that? Is that a country?
This is a country.
What is Svalbard and Jan Mayen?
I think it's a small island chain. I don't
Oh, okay.
Wait, isn't Svalbard like that Norwegian island where they keep the seeds?
I mean, Norway's on here differently. So
that's confusing.
This is some kind of separate
this must be
entity.
something different.
They've been pillaging us?
Tuvalu's been fucking us over.
I'm sick of it.
Yes. You know, we just to pay money for the .tv ad.
These are like
Tuvalu is like
Pacific Island nations with like, tens of thousands of people.
What do
Maybe
okay.
less.
So we need to tariff them. Norfolk Island's getting a 29% tariff. This is so it's extreme, right? So it's across the board. I mean, this list is massive. And I want to bring this up again.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I just want to. So the idea is that, in theory, he is matching tariffs that other countries already have on the U.S. Right? I'm going to do my best at the risk of. I'm in the villain chair. I'm going to do my best to vocalize the argument for these tariffs to some degree. But first, I want to.
The villain chair.
Yeah, the villain chair is powerful. Again, I want to reiterate that not every single idea I express here is what I am advocating for, but certainly that is. The most common thing I've heard from people saying tariffs are good is these are reciprocal. Countries outside the U.S. are already have these major tariffs on us. We have much, much lower tariffs in return.
Okay.
So that's reciprocal, right? That's the idea.
One thing. Well, are they reciprocal? Because you said that this is not only based on tariffs that they have placed on us. This is based on whether or not we have a trade surplus or deficit with them, which is different.
It's like things that could be counted as tariffs. So it's not like them specifically having a hard tariff on us.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of, like, let's say, for example, if they have only a tariff on, picking a random good, like rice, or if they have a tariff on one good, it's being broadly blended across a whole thing, and we're doing a blanket tariff on their whole country. Or if they have a tariff, or if they have a thing where it's certain things can't ship there. Whatever. There's any type of thing is being calculated as a number and it's being blended and saying, we're just going to blanket that out.
And we're tariffing back all goods from that country in response.
It's a blanket.
This is the blanket number that applies to everything that country sends us.
That's correct.
So just to make sure I'm following this, if India, for example, tariffs American corn, which they do,
Yeah.
there's massive tariffs on American corn, and the problem there, from the farming perspective of Americans, is we can't sell corn to India, but we buy tons of stuff from India. And the idea is, if they're specifically tariffing corn, we are putting matching that against all Indian goods.
It's not exactly the corn number. It's like they're estimating what they think
The overall
number
Okay.
would be based on the things
Yeah,
that get tariffed. They're
I
making
get
a
what you're
blended
saying.
number and they're saying we're fighting back. That's the idea.
Okay.
Okay. This is on top. These reciprocal tariffs are on top of the tariffs he's already done. So like China, for example, already has, I don't know the exact number, 25%, something like
think
that
that's right,
tariff to US to China. He's added an additional 25 to fight this reciprocal tariff. That's the idea. So
Wait, today he added 25?
yes, today.
Wait, doesn't that mean
right
it's like
now? It's like in
40?
the middle of the day.
Doesn't that mean it's 45 total
Yes,
now?
no, it's 54 now.
54.
The tariff on China is now at up to 54%
Fuck.
on
Okay,
all
actually,
goods.
I want to get a timeline here. I believe at the beginning of the year it was 10, right?
Yes.
Before Trump.
Yes.
And then he upped it to 25, right?
Yes.
So it became a 25%
And then
tariff from a
today
10. And then today it goes to 50.
was the big, and again, I
I feel like in the air, I feel a little liberated.
I'll keep it.
so, yeah.